This Ag Business Update brought to you by American Implement, indebted to the past, committed to the future. When we return, a conversation with K-State Mesonet's Chip Redmond.
S&S Trailer Sales, with 2 locations in Ness City, Kansas, is where everybody goes to buy or rent trailers. They feature the all-new, all-aluminum Mauer grain trailer with all of the electric options, the easy-to-load detached trailers, and a huge stock of header trailers. At the west location, you'll find bumper poles, goosenecks, and oilfield specialty trailers, along with flat and utility beds for pickups. S&S Trailer Sales in Ness City and on the web, but remember, you do have to spell out the and.
The cost of everything has gone up dramatically over the last 75 years. With one exception: keeping electricity affordable.
Wheatland Electric, delivering energy for life, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
And joining us is Chip Redmond, who is assistant meteorologist and with KSU Weather Data Library, and he manages the Mesonet. Chip, welcome back.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Well, there's a couple things we do want to talk about. I think most people are aware of the situation with the heat in Southwest Kansas, and that kind of triggered this to talk with you again. We like to kind of get your take on the weather and the outlooks, but this particular has almost got a life of its own, and so we want to not only talk about that, what you have seen, what you're seeing now, and then also the tools that the Mesonet has for those in the livestock industry, and also those that want to know when we have these big heat issues. So, Chip, I'm not sure exactly where to start. A few days ago, this time of the year, we do get some hot temperatures, but was that a particular phenomenon where we just didn't seem to cool off at night?
Yeah, there were a couple elements that came together for this event, and we're obviously no stranger to heat in that part of Kansas, not quite as accustomed to humidity, but when those come together and we keep temperatures up at night, especially where both people and animals don't have a chance to recover, that stress is accumulated over a much longer period. So Western Kansas, historically a dry area, they've had significant drought. They had the rainfall to really kind of relieve some of that drought. We saw areas go from exceptional drought to just a severe drought, which is a big jump in the drought monitor over just a couple of weeks. But that moisture in the ground really helped keep humidity up for the first part of June. And we saw that humidity finally drop over the weekend around the 12th to 13th. And on the other hand, that was also the onset of this long duration heat wave. And so we combined that humidity before that drier air mass moved in. We combined it with hot temperatures with maximums, over 100, and that pushed cattle comfort indices well into the 120s, and which results in significant stress. But then overnight, we kept that humidity, and the temperatures just didn't drop. In fact, we measured an all-time record warmest low temperature at Dodge City. It's a big record, 80 years of data that they broke with an 83-degree reading as the overnight low. That is incredibly warm, and we saw that in multiple sites throughout the state with daily records. So really warm overnight during that period, and that was kind of that transition. After that period, we saw warmer temperatures, even warmer, but we dropped that humidity.
Which is sometimes a good thing, and we do get that in the western part of the state. We're talking with Chip Redmond, who is with the K-State Mesonet. We're going to take a break and talk about dealing with some of these heat indices and the information that's available on the Mesonet. We'll do that in just a moment.
Would you like to see something done about high gas prices and low unemployment? Western Place Energy in Campus, Kansas is doing something about it. They're a proud part of Growth Energy, America's ethanol supporters, and they employ 38 people and will be adding more following the expansion. Ethanol fuel not only reduces the cost of regular gasoline, it's good for the environment and keeps money right here in the United States while supporting local rural jobs. Western Plains Energy, doing something for the future.
When you've had a best friend for over 50 years, you develop a trust. And the Scott Co-op has been a trusted rural friend since 1957. A co-op keeps money in the area, doing business for and with their members. And that helps keep their hometown thriving with keeping money in the community. Scott Co-op is not just an elevator. It's the rural way of doing business. So, when you see an elevator, remember your friends at Scott Co-op.
And our guest is Chip Redmond with the K-State Mesonet. He is the assistant meteorologist as well as with the KSU Weather Data Library and takes care of the Mesonet, which is now pretty much all over the state. And I don't know if every county yet has one, Chip, but anyway, let's talk about, because of what we saw in Southwest Kansas with all those cattle in the feedlots, you have tools on the Mesonet website and all these locations dealing with the heat indices and to get the correct numbers.
Yeah, so we obviously can't recollect or rebuild every situation. Every situation is so different with every environment. However, we do provide basic what we call a cattle comfort or an animal comfort index. We provide that on the Mesonet. If you go at the menu in the top left, you click the menu, and then you click agriculture and then animal comfort. That'll bring you to a map and a page that'll show you the current animal comfort. It updates every 5 minutes, and that'll show you the stress level as well as basically the category the current number falls into, and then the value. And that takes into consideration solar radiation, wind speed, as well as humidity and temperature. So all those things compile into just a baseline of what cattle comfort or animal comfort stress levels are. You can also look at the last 7 days on there on the map, and you can download that data by station.
All right. And again, they're all over. So just go to the Mesonet website, pick on the area that you're interested in. And we know sometimes folks may farm or ranch in one operation, but in another county that may be where their cattle are. So they can find that data as close as they can to where the animals are located.
Yeah, we have 80 stations across the state, especially that western third. We got one in every county. So yeah, you can look at it all really quickly at real time, and then go back and look at some recent historical data.
All right, Chip, we got to talk about it. We're getting into July. We're now in the summertime. Do we have relief inside? We saw the NOAA forecast come out, said below temperature or below moisture, higher temperatures. Is that what you're seeing as well?
Yeah, there's just not a lot of hope out there right now. We've really dried the soils out since the early June rains, and that has resulted in kind of a negative feedback where we've got these really warm temperatures with gusty winds at times, and then low humidity, and that all factors to just keep things really dry. And that outlook sticks through July, and then even in through September as well for the remainder of the summer. Now, there is one glimmer of hope is the monsoon season is expected to start kicking in here over the next week, and already has to some extent in the Southwest. And then we could see some extension of that east into western Kansas with some cloud cover and maybe some showers and thunderstorm activity. Really not confident on how far east it'll get, how much moisture, but it's something that we can look forward to.
Well, Chip, we're always looking for some relief. So again, how can folks find that on the internet with the Mesonet information?
Yeah, the Mesonet is mesonet.ksu.edu. It's Mesonet, and you can find my contact information there.
Chip, thanks a lot. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Chip Redmond with he's the manager of the K-State Mesonet, has joined us. Stay with us. We'll have more in just a moment.
Wolfter Construction and Irrigation has been around a long time, and a lot of folks have trusted them to design, build, and service all sizes of commercial and on-farm storage for grain and equipment. Wolfter is also known for their outstanding irrigation division, where they stock a complete selection of nozzles, regulators, drops, gear drives, electrical, and structure components. Looking for an electric motor? Wolfter has a large selection in single and 3-phase. Next time, reach out to the pros who have decades of experience at taking care of business the right way. Wolfter Construction and Irrigation.
KBUF has agriculture information for you weekdays beginning a little bit after 6 o'clock in the morning. We have market updates, news, interviews with newsmakers, as well as timely information that you need to make good decisions on the farm and ranch. You can listen to KBUF and other Western Kansas broadcast stations at westernkansasnews.com. Also, be social with us on our social media channels. I'm Ken Rogers. Thanks for watching.